Good evening and welcome to Wolfe County High School for some esports action today. Today's matchup features the Wolves Blue and the Dayton High School Greendevils Omega. So we are so excited to bring you this matchup today here on YouTube and Mountain Telephone TV. So thank you for joining us. We're going to jump over to the champion selection and see who our students are picking today.
As we go off with Wolfe County, who would have banned Caitlin, Rek'Sai, and Olaf. The Greendevils banning Akali, Pike, and Darius. We're going to start with Wolfe County picking first, who'll be starting on blue side as they lock in the Poppy for the top lane. Now going back to the Greendevils?
Yes, the Greendevils.
I was going to Blue Devils, but Greendevils. Greendevils who lock in Senna. Probably further support, but they do have a chance that they could be playing at top. And they immediately go with the lock-in for the Warwick jungle. So immediately taking the Warwick out of the hands of Wolfe County's jungler, someone that he's very fond of playing. Now going back to Wolfe County, who go with their jungle, locking in their champion now. Seeing how Warwick's got picked, he won't have a whole lot of options for somebody who will be able to play against it, except for Rammus. Rammus, a very, very tanky champion, actually a really good pick against Warwick if played well. Going back now to Wolfe County, doing the last pick for their first wave of picks, going to their mid laner, who will be going with the Leona lock-in. Looking like it may be a Leona for their support as he gets counterpicked by a Kassadin. Not exactly a counterpick specifically to him, but the mid laner for the Greendevils locking in Kassadin. Going back now to the second wave of bans, starting with the Greendevils, who will be locking in their first ban as a Vayne. Okay, yeah, Vayne locked in for this for their ban there. Wolfe County now going with their next ban, who will be locking in the Ornn ban on their part. Going back now to the Greendevils, who will be locking in their last ban, going with the Jinx, both ADC-focused bans that in that wave there. So good bans on both sides from the Greendevils. As we now go back to Wolfe County now, who will be locking in their last ban, who will probably be doing an ADC ban themselves, seeing how that's one of the lanes available. And it looks like they're going to go with a Heimerdinger, who is a mid laner and an ADC, but still a good ban. Both bands' waves hadn't been finished. Going back now with the second wave of picks, starting with the Greendevils, who will be hovering and locking in the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's a very strong ADC right now, a lot of burst damage, a lot of mobility, a very loaded kit. One of the strongest kits in the game, still hasn't had a chance to really see it getting any nerfs, so taking advantage of that for sure. Wolfe County now going with their first pick for the second wave of picks. Their ADC is still available, looking for something here. They'll be locking in the Lucian.
Lucian's a strong pick for Wolfe County.
Yeah, Lucian, very strong pick. A very solid laner to pick up against Kai'Sa. He having a lot of mobility is going to give him a pretty fair fighting chance against Kai'Sa. And going with the final lock-in for Wolfe County being Ryze. Locked in for the mid lane. And finishing off with an Alawi lock-in for the Greendevils top laner. Lanes have now been selected on both sides. Going to go between each side, though. For Wolfe County, we have Poppy in the top lane, Rammus in the jungle, mid lane Ryze, ADC Lucian, and a support Leona. Going back to the Greendevils, having locked in Ilaoi in the top lane, Warwick in the jungle, mid lane Kassadin, and ADC Kai'Sa with a support Senna. So those are the lineups for both of the teams.
Okay, let's take a look here at our starting lineup today. So, in the top lane, we have senior Dylan Mays. In the bot lane, running ADC is senior Jeremy McKinney, and his support is senior Dylan Profit. In the mid lane, we have senior Cameron Caskey, and in the jungle, we have senior Matt Riley. So, that is your Wolves Blue for today's matchup. We also want to take this time to thank our wonderful esports sponsors, including Appalachian Wireless, Mountain Telephone, Licking Valley Rural Electric, Farmers and Traders Bank of Campton, Whitaker Bank of Campton, and Sweetheart by Stephanie of Campton, Kentucky. So thanks again to all of our sponsors out there. Let's go back here to our champ selection, we will have a 3-minute spectator delay. There we go. So now we're down to 2.5 minutes. So, Drew, any other thoughts on the matchups here today?
One thing that immediately came to mind is the Warwick lock-in from the Greendevils, immediately taking it out of the hands of Wolfe County's jungler. He's very adept at playing Warwick. One of his top picks to being played. Usually gets banned, but if he has a chance to play him, he will get to play him. That stuck out to me. So he did pick Rammus as a counter pick. Rammus does have a lot of potential to sustain Warwick. Rammus usually goes pretty much full tank, so he's going to have that going for him in the fights, but Warwick is going to have a lot of damage on him, specifically in the early game. So that's something that Rammus is going to have to watching out for, being Warwick trying to capitalize on that early game damage and trying to take him out of his own jungle. In terms of other lanes, though, Alawi and Poppy's going to definitely have a rough time in the early laning phase against Alawi with her tentacles that she can slam down at range. Give her a little bit of extra, poke on Poppy for sure. Other than that, Poppy will have a pretty good amount of sustain. If she's able to play pretty passively into the mid and late game, she should be fine against Alawi. She's going to have that extra, tank in her favor. Between Rise and Kassadin, Rise is definitely going to have a up to level 6 advantage on Kassadin with his extended range of his auto attacks and his spells. Cass, however, is going to be able to have a very solid power spike at level 6 with his ability to use his ultimate, which is a dash that he gets that he can use in succession. So allowing him a really solid amount of burst damage. So Rise is definitely going to have to watch out for that. Between the bot lanes, Kai'Sa, Lucian, two very strong ADCs to the point. Kai'Sa's sort of edging out Lucian at the moment in terms of the meta. She's very strong right now, but that doesn't set anything in stone. Lucian still has the potential to be very strong and outplay the Kai'Sa and take a solid lead in the bot lane. Between Leona and Senna, Leona's always been a consistently strong support. However, Senna has, after the last 2 weeks, people have started playing her more and more. They've started understanding her kit and how to utilize her and make her a lot more effective. So she has started having a pretty solid increase in win rate and stuff. So they will have to watch out for her. But other than that, it's pretty even down the line between both teams. So they'll have to watch out for that.
If you're just now joining us, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button on YouTube. And if you're joining us on Mountain Telephone TV, thank you. And you're getting ready to watch some esports action here between the Wolves Blue and the Dayton High School Greendevils Omega. So we're going to go over to the loading screen. The Wolves Blue has had a pretty successful season so far. They are 8-2 on the season, following last week to the now #1 team in the state, Elizabethtown. And I think the Wolves have really proven themselves this season already, and let's hope that we can continue today with some more victories.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wolfe County definitely has the potential to make very good plays. Has been seen by pretty much every single laner in their game. All of them at some point or other making really impressive plays that have been able to turn games that seemed like they were going to be lost into major wins on Wolfe County's part. So Greendevils definitely aren't going to have an easy time for sure. They're going to have to put a lot of effort in if they want to come out on top of Wolfe County, at least for the track record so far.
So a lot of experience in this game. We see the the levels, both teams coming in with a lot of high levels. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure. This is a top 10 matchup today. The Wolves Blue coming in ranked 9th as of right now, and the Greendevils coming in ranked 8th. So definitely a tough battle ahead for the Wolves Blue. Check on them.
Game should be loaded in momentarily. It seems like it's a little slow on our end for sure. We've had some technical issues here that almost didn't have the ability to stream it because we had some computer problems, but we were just at the nick of time able to get it working at the end. So okay, now we're loading in. Yeah, so sorry about that. Just getting over a little bit of a weekend sickness, but I'm not going to stop that from letting me spectate this and let you all know what's going on. Speaking of what's going on, the game has now loaded in. Both teams are in their fountains. Walls are despawning as the champions are about to move into lane. We do see what looks like the Greendevils, like I said, Wolfe County is going to be starting on the blue side this game. Greendevils are on the red side. So it looks like we do have a 4-man invade potentially coming down here from Wolfe County. We do see Rise sitting down towards the top side, the bot side jungle, but he is going to move back up towards the mid lane now, as Warwick also moves towards mid lane, towards Cadden. Actually, he's just going to be sitting in lane. We do see Leona and Lucian sitting in the bot side. Tribush, Kaiza and Senna sitting up towards the bot side river. Warwick, again, still sitting in the mid lane under his tower. Cassidy sitting towards top side river brush, and Olawi sitting in top side Tribush. A lot of vision on the part of the Greendevils, making sure there's not going to be any early game invade from Wolfe County. See now a ward dropped in river brush from Cassidy in there. Poppy and Rise pinging that there is vision in that bush, so they will need to watch out to not get vision drawn on them. We do see Leona and Lucian moving towards the bot side red buff to aid their Ramus in an early leash, as well as the Greendevils also leashing their Warwick now. Minions have moved in lane, buffs have spawned, and the game has begun. We do see a leash coming from both sides here. Warwick getting his a little earlier than Rise or Ramus, but not going to make any big deal about that. Both lanes are going to be starting out pretty slow here for the most part because of the, like I said, just early game, so it's going to be a little bit of a slow first couple minutes. You see a little bit of trade coming down there in the ball lane already. Vin's lane already a little low on both ends there as Poppy goes to clear a tentacle from the top side. Lanes pushed about evenly. A little bit of a... Yeah, lanes are pushed about dead even in the bot side. Both ADCs trading pretty evenly. Senna getting the Q off there on both of Wolfe County's bot laners. Going to do a little bit of extra damage there. Ramus going for his Wolves now, as Warwick also goes for his Raptors. Or sorry, Krugs. Allowing Poppy going to stay on the top side. Poppy pushed a little back on her side, but not too much of a threat at this point. She's going to try and do a little bit... managed to walk around and avoid the Alawi tentacle slam there. Wolfe County is going to be playing a little defensive for the most part for the early bot laning phase because of Senna and Kai's pretty intense amount of poke they're going to have on the bot lane. Oh, we just see Leona does land the Q there with the Ignite, forcing a flash and heal from the Greendevils bot lane. Almost securing a first kill there. Good play on Wolfe County there, definitely.
Yes.
Another the W from Alawi there, missing on Poppy, easily able to avoid that. She's going to get the slammed on, and the tentacles are going to miss barely. So, Poppy trading pretty well in the early lane, in top lane, given that who she's laning against being Alawi. Alawi, very strong champion. It played, played well.
Hopefully the Alawi will lose a little bit of power coming out of lane and not having their tentacles there with her.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of people tend to struggle with her, including me. I hate going against Alawi.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
Leona's sitting back a little low on health in the bot side, but nothing too major to be worried about. She is a tank after all, so she will be able to make up for it. The Q does land onto Sivir as Kai'Sa tries to burst down Leona, but not before Leona's Aftershock does secure the kill on Senna, giving Wolfe County the first blood at 4 minutes into the game. Game at 300 gold. Power Spike Warwick coming down to the bot lane, trying to give a gank. Leona does get the Q off onto Warwick. Warwick does get the fear, but not going to be able to follow up on anything. Kai'Sa was a little too far back to try and follow up on that. Lucian with some auto attack poke onto Kai'Sa there, trying to do a little bit of extra damage, forcing them back in the bot side. Wolfe County, again, very well played by Leona there, able to use that Q to get away, using Warwick as sort of a ward to hop away to. So, good play on Leona there. As she lands another Q on Kai'Sa, with the Aftershock also proccing. Lucian's going to dash with the flash. Also, the auto attack enhancement from his E, allowing him to get those 2 auto attacks, able to easily secure that kill right before Senna's Q was able to heal Kai'Sa there. So, very good play on Wolfe County's support. They're already making 3 very impressive Qs, landing and giving Wolfe County that early lead.
Yeah, we're very happy to get Dylan Profit back. It was a little bit rough not having him as support because he is so good at hitting like all of his abilities.
Absolutely. We see Poppy taking a lot of sustained damage on the top side now. Alawi's Conqueror rune making it very easy for her to have that sustained or the extended sustain with the healing ability. Poppy's again, they're going to have to pay a little passive here if she wants to be able to do well in the laning phase.
Rise has some good poke mid on the Cassidy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to have that lead for another level here. He should try and take as much advantage as possible before he gets level 6.
Gonna have to walk away from that. Allowing.
We do see both of junglers in their bot side, jungle farming. As Ramus does sit close towards bot side, heading towards Tribush, maybe looking for a gank here. We do see a ping coming from the bot side for the Greendevils, looking for aid from their Warwick, maybe to come down and help them. But it looks like Ramus is going to back off instead. Ryan's trying to get that little poke there with that auto attack, not going to be enough damage. Leona does try and move up, looking like she was about to go in there, but she's going to back off. Rise now sitting in the mid lane trying to farm. He doesn't have any mana right now. Neither does Casson, and Casson though decided to move back to Fountain, trying to exchange some gold as well as get his mana back up. Rise is going to go ahead and looking like he's going to back off here, trying to maybe go back to Fountain and get some mana.
Alawi is backed up, so Dylan needs to take this time to get as much farming as he can, because that Alawi's had him push under tower.
We just see, Leona does engage on the Senna, but too much is going on for us to be able to say anything. But long story short, Lucian does get the kill there on Senna. Another very solid engage from Wolfe support there. Dylan putting a lot of work down in that bot lane, giving his ADC that early lead, and Lucian able to gladly use that lead to his advantage. Just keep making it harder for the Greendevils to do anything in the bot lane.
He's been gone 2 weeks, but he sure isn't rusty.
You see Warwick is now backing in the topside jungle. Alawi's going to land another tentacle pull onto Poppy. Just a lot of, extended range there. Poppy again is making it really rough for her in this early lane. Leona and Lucian moving into the bot side jungle looking for some vision. Ramus is going to come in looking for a gank here. We see a dash coming from a smite as well with the Leona Q landing on the Kai'Sa as Lucian dashes, a double auto attack, and secures another kill in that bot lane, putting the score currently 4-0 at 7.5 minutes. We do see Poppy using her ulti to throw the Alawi out of lane, trying to give her a little bit more time to sustain. It looks like Alawi did not use her ult there. She just get the soul pull and did a lot of damage. Alright, we do see both Wolfe County's bot laners are level 6 now, compared to the level 5 ADC in support for the Greendevils. You see Cassidon is now moving down towards bot lane, looking like he might be going for a bot side gank potentially, but he's not going. He's actually going to go drop a ward in the Dragon Pit. Ramus going for his red buff now, currently sitting at very little health, is going to force himself to back. Poppy playing under the tower now, playing defensive as she should be. She's going to take another soul or tentacle pull and do a lot of damage. She's going to walk out of it though, so it's going to pull the passive where it's going to have tentacles spawn behind her, and they're going to go and engage. So we see Leona does get hit with the stun. We do see the ult from Leona trying to sustain as long as she can from the fight, but 3 people down in the bot lane just made it really rough for her. Warwick does ult onto Leona to keep her from trying to do anything, and Senna does secure the kill. Lucian going in on Kai'Sa here, looking like he could have been able to win that fight against her, but he was a little too low on mana. Rise trying his best to sustain a fight against Cass, and he's running around him using his little ward hop. But you see the dragon is up, or the dragon is taken from Greendevils, forcing a flash there from Casson as he goes over the wall. What do you see Rise ulting in backline? He's going to get caught by the Warwick, forcing him to flash as the Greendevils do escape without any casualties there. A nice attempt there made by Wolfe County. He just didn't have the manpower behind it to make that full-on engage. They didn't have their team with them, and Rise was a little too low to start. But nevertheless, not a horrible call. They didn't lose anybody majorly in that fight, so decent plays from both teams. You see now Lucian has backed and is now moving towards bot side. Rise sitting in the mid lane now, forming pretty harshly, forcing Cassidon as Cancel is back now. Poppy again taking just more and more damage in that top lane now. An ultimate from Alawi there. It's going to easily be able to take out Poppy, just taking way too much damage in that fight with that Conqueror proc as well, just shredding Poppy in that top side. Looks like Ram's going to have to come up here to try and do whatever he can to stop Alawi from pushing up too far. Going to try and stop her from getting that tower plating, but it's going to be a little close. She is probably going to get it as she does secure that tower plating. Ramus does come up, stopping the minions from falling. Or, stopping that minion wave. He's going to go clearing, the tentacles and then moving back out.
What's Poppy's gold looking like?
Poppy's gold is not looking too Actually, oh, no, we see an engage here from Leona. And, ooh, another successful kill captured from Lucian here. A really good play from Leona. Just enough clip in that ultimate on onto Kaiser for Lucian, able to go in there and use his ultimate as well to secure that kill, putting it currently at 4-0 in the bot lane. Let's go and take a quick look. Poppy's currently sitting in a very rough in the top side, doesn't have a part of her item built at all. Meanwhile, Li does have her phage built, sitting at 93 to 36 farm. Definitely the major hindrance there against Poppy. Between the junglers, Rammus is only down about 20 CS at this point, so not too much of a hindrance. But Warwick, neither one of them doing a major impact on their on any of their side lanes. Between the mid laners, performing pretty much even, playing really passive on both parts, not having any kills, deaths, or assists. Bot lane definitely being where the action's at for now. We do see, Lucian has a pretty solid 30 CS lead, as well as a 4-0 kill lead in the bot lane. Leona even having a kill with a lot of assists on her part. So, if you want to go ahead and look over that. See, Cassidy is now roaming towards bot side, looking for an engage potentially onto Lucian here, with the aid of Senna and Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa does have her ultimate up. She can dash into a fight if she lands her W, or her teammate gets CC on an enemy champion, which is very possible given that they do have a Warwick and a stun from Senna. You see Cassidy trying to clear that wave off of his mid lane tower now. Bobby's going to dodge the tentacle pull this time. Looking like it actually should have hit there, but it didn't. But never mind, that's good for Poppy for sure. Wolfgang now letting the minion wave push back into the tower. Now we see Lucian and Leona did back. Rammus deciding to go ahead and force the lane to slow a little bit. Not going to let it push into the tower, as Lucian and Leona did back. So it was a good play on Wolfgang's jungler there, making that rotation, keeping that wave frozen. You see Senna and Kai'Sa now are going to decide to go ahead and back off now. Probably try and cash in some gold. Try and give him a little bit of a aid down in that bot lane. Rammus sitting towards mid lane, or towards bot side jungle now, towards Dragon Pit, Lucian as well, and Leona. All three of them rotating towards Warwick. Looks like they're going to try and catch him out, as we do see an ultimate from Rammus, but not before Warwick ults over the wall, using the plant to jump back over, a flash over the Dragon Pit. We did see a Senna ult in there, a little bit of help on her part, saving Warwick, man. A lot of spells thrown out there, specifically from Warwick, having used both of his ult and his dash, and a plant to actually get over that wall. Looking like Poppy might fall here, maybe to the tentacles. They're going to try and slam her. She's going to have to run away to make sure they don't hurt her. She's sitting at a very low health right now. If one or two good tentacles hitting her, will definitely take her out of this. But it looking like she is going to be able to get out of it, no problem. Rammus now also going for his red side, or his bot side red buff. Able to clear that. We see a Q landing from Leona there. The ignite onto Senna as well. It looks like, yeah, no spells burned from Wolfgang there. We did see a flash thrown on Senna, though. Sorry. Kai'Sa does have her heal up, so they do need to watch out for that, trying to get that out of the way. Lucian again moving up towards Warwick. We see Rammus also rotating upside. He's going to use this Q. He's going to try and get the smite onto Warwick. He does have a smite. He's going to land the Q. The fear going off on him. Rise coming in from the mid lane. The bite onto Rise from Warwick. He's going to try and do whatever he can to sustain, but not to any avail, as Lucian's very easily able to take him out with his auto attacks.
Looks like we're a really good setup to get this dragon here.
Yeah, okay, definitely setting up for this next Drake here. We do see Poppy did decide to go back to the top lane again, trying to play really defensive, keeping that lane pushed back as far as she can. Wolfgang able to easily take an Ocean Drake in the process. Lucian dashing over, trying to do what he can to Kiana here. The stun over the wall from Senna does save Kiana. Kai'Sa. I do feel that if that didn't hit, Lucian would have been able to get a pretty easy kill on the Kai'Sa there. Rammus trying to get a gank there on mid, but Cassidy is going to be a very hard champion for Rammus to gank with his ult warp. Lucy now allowing down on the bot side, looking to come down, dropping some aid. She is going to get the stun thrown over the wall from Senna. Is going to land on Lucian. To Leona. Lucian throwing the ult out there, narrowly missing the Kiana. Not able to secure a kill there at that moment, but does allow for his Leona to escape pretty easily. We're right now clearing some wards around the Baron Pit, maybe looking to set up for a Rift Herald, but not before he does go into the jungle. Rammus walking past him, not even noticing him. Rammus doesn't see the Warwick behind him. He's going to go in on Warwick now. Warwick does go for the Q. The fear just going to go off the ultimate onto Rammus from Warwick. We do see Cassidy ulting over on the side. Rise trying his best to 1v2 here. Cassidy again going to ult. We see Poppy coming from the side. The ult's going to hit onto Warwick, throwing him away. Rise trying his best to sustain as long as he can. He's going to do whatever he can to sustain a little longer, but not before falling to Cassidy's warp, or to his ult again. But not before Lucian, or immediately after following up, securing another kill on the Cassidy. The W from Senna there does land on Lucian. We just see Leona looking in from the side, looking like she's going to go with on an engage here onto Senna. She does miss the ulti, but gets the Q nonetheless, allowing Lucian to easily follow up with a dash, 2 consecutive auto attacks, and easily able to secure a kill. Lucian absolutely killing it right now, 7-0. Wolfgang is going to lose their second tower now in the bot lane, allowing just having a lot of push pressure on those side lanes. Wolfgang trying to make up for it. They're going to be trying to get the first tower of the game here in the mid lane, being that mid lane turret.
Yeah.
They're going to be. They should be able to. Yeah, they're going to be able to get this turret no problem now, making it a little bit easier on them. Wolfgang is currently sitting up 8-4 in the kills, but they are a little down on the objectives. That's where that gold difference is, with that 300 gold difference in favor of the Greendevils. Poppy coming in from the side. Rammus is going to take a lot of damage from the ulti here. He's going to just absolutely get smacked by those tentacles.
Man, that's why I hate Alawi.
Allowing
She
just
does so much damage so quick that you don't even know what's really going on.
A lot of people have a lot of issues. A lot of the best way to deal with her, from personal experience as well as talking to other people, is just to avoid the tentacles as much as you can. The best thing to do is to potentially try and bait out her ultimate, and then when she uses her tentacle slam, walking out of it, and then going back in for another engage. Just having somebody who can out-sustain her is definitely your biggest trait. Tryndamere being one of the biggest counters to Alawi, but they didn't know that at the time because Alawi was picked into them, so nonetheless, it does look like Wolf County is not going to be able to get this Rift Herald, as the Greendevils do pretty easily secure it. They're going to go, looking like they're going to go to the try and drop it in the top side, on top lane, sorry. We do see Rise moving up. Warwick is going on Rammus's blue buff now. Warwick comes over to the side. We do see Cassidy sitting in the bush, looking to aid his Warwick in the event that he's going to see a fight here, maybe, but not before Rise does scare Warwick off and does secure the blue buff, saving it for Wolf County. Rammus getting hit by the Senna W there under tower, looking like he's going to go in for another engage. He does get the Q off on a Senna, the taunt as well. Does Lucian have a Bork? I think he does. Yeah, Lucian having Blade of the Ruined King activated there onto them. Oh, we do see Rammus going in. The Blast Plant activated. Rise ulting into the back. He's going to try Leon, or allowing now, moving into the board's bot lane now, trying to run away. She's going to get the tentacle pull onto Lucian. Lucian trying what he can to sustain. He does have the ability to out-trade her at the moment. We do see Leona and Rammus going in on the Cassidy here. Cassidy forcing a flash over the wall. Ultimate from Leona on a Cassidy, stunning him. The Ignite just not enough to do anything. Leona does flash Q, landing on Warwick. We do see another taunt landed on Warwick from Rammus, pulling him in, just giving a free, easy kill to Lucian. Again, Lucian absolutely just sweeping up these kills. A lot of good teamwork coming from Wolf County here, sending out these kills for Lucian, just putting him in a very solid lead right now. A very major threat for the Greendevils. As Wolf County now moving towards mid lane as a group, we do see the remainder of the Greendevils all pushing up towards mid, trying to defend that mid lane tower. As it looks like they're going to be able to pretty easily. Wolf County doesn't have a wave up with them. Rise getting hit with that Senna W. Going to stun him there for just momentarily. Him and Rammus getting caught in that. Greendevils now setting up, moving towards the Baron pit, maybe looking to clear some wards here, as we do see Cassidy is moving up or back in towards mid lane now. Looking like the majority of them moving towards Dragon. They are going towards Dragon, but they're going to try and set up to either stop Wolf County from getting Dragon or just secure Dragon himself. Poppy does dodge the Senna W. Warwick is setting up again for the Dragon, looking like he's going to pull it out of pit, potentially. Dragon is available now. It is another Mountain Drake. Mountain Drake's going to be the one spawning this game. We do see the Greendevils are moving in, looking like they are going to go. They are starting Dragon. So Wolf County is all up. They do need to get up and try and stop them from getting this Drake. It's going to be pretty hard to do it, though. Rammus over the wall. Warwick dropped the Rift Herald in the mid lane. Ram is sitting over top. He does get caught by the tentacle pull. The ultimate from Alawi now onto them, but not before they are absolutely shredding her. We do see Lucian coming in from the side with the ulti. Poppy ulting away the Warwick. As Leona does get the stun onto Senna, giving the kill, actually securing the kill herself. They weren't able to get the dragon, but they were able to take 2 people out in the process. So good engage from Wolfe County there. A little late on it, but nonetheless, good kills made up on that. Score is currently 12-5 at 20 minutes in the game with a 1,000 gold. This is a very close game in the gold department. Wolfe County definitely has the kill advantage, but the Greendevils do make up for that by having objectives under their control very solidly at this part of the game. You see Rise down the top side, clearing vision out of the Baron pit. Looking like they might be setting up to fake a Baron here to try and incite an early fight and try and get the advantage. Maybe take him out and then get that Baron. We do see Casson is moving up, trying to clear out some of those wards now that he's spotted. Alawi also moving up. We do see Warwick and Kaiza also moving up. Senna coming in from the back, moving out from top lane, going towards Baron pit. Wolfe County is moving towards Baron pit. Ram is sitting in the bot side, getting his red buff. He might want to move up. It looks like there might be a potential fight here, so you might want to watch out for that. Rise looking to try and get a root off onto Casson here. He's going to throw the W out onto Casson, but not being able to do anything off that. Leona activating her Righteous Glory. She's going to try and come back, but deciding to back up immediately as there are 5 people there. Doesn't feel like getting caught out in 5 people. Lucian dashing or walking out to the side. Warwick ulting, missing it onto Lucian. Lucian activating is Bork onto Warwick. We do see an engager from 4 of Wolfe County's. Rise does secure the kill on Casson. We see the rest of the Greendevils running away. Senna trying her best to heal Alawi. It does work, but not before 5-man ultimate from Rise, pulling all the men, just able to secure the Senna. Very, very good Rise ult there from Wolfe County's mid laner. A very good placement on that. Just great follow-up, great coordination from Wolfe County on that fight. Able to take out they did take out 3, I believe, but 2 were still on cooldown.
I said go Fizz, they said go Rise. He went Rise, and I guess it paid off.
We do see, looks like Alawi is going to try and flash over the wall. Poppy goes back with a dash, forcing her in the wall. She'll not be able to move. Alawi does ult, but not before falling to the entirety of Wolfe County's team. Warwick sitting over the wall. Warwick's ult should still be gone, but Wolfe County is taking a lot of damage from that Baron. So they're not going to be able to do anything and able to secure another. Meanwhile, they're going to try and make up for that by backing and trying to get some heals, or trying to heal up, maybe push some of those side lanes out, looking like Rise is actually doing at the moment, trying to get some of that top lane pressure back that they lost from Poppy in the laning phase because Alawi just was really rough on her in that laning phase. See Lucian, Leona, and Poppy now pushing up in the mid lane. Senna and Kaiza having that little bit of mid lane pressure, trying to push it out. We do see it looking like Leona might be looking for a potential engage here on the Senna and the Kaiza. Wolfe County has vision of Cassidon. 3 wards in the mid lane there on that bush. They do have the potential to engage on them, but they're going to decide to back off and play a little passive instead. So, good judgment there on Wolfe County. Alawi, meanwhile, is going to be split pushing in the bot side, trying to get more pressure on that side lane. Wolfe County does not have any of their tier 1 or their outer turrets up. They do need to try and capitalize on that. Wolfe County only taking the mid lane turret is the only one that they've managed to claim on their part. Rise looking like he is going to try and get that top lane turret to compensate for that. Lucian activating the ultimate there, hitting a lot of damage on Casson and a very consistent amount of damage from him on... almost able to take out the Kaiser there with aid of that Bork, but just not enough damage. Just falling short. We see Poppy's going to try and teleport down to the bot lane, trying to force off Alawi as long as she can, while Rise is up on the top side, trying to push that top lane tower, trying to secure another tower for Wolfe County. Yeah, he's going to try, but not with enough of a minion wave. The tentacle pull does land onto Poppy from Alawi there again. Rise trying his best to fight in the top lane now. He does get the root off on Casson, and Casson forcing a Zanya's already this early in the game, as well as an ultimate dash away. Rise almost able to secure tower. He should be able to get it in the next wave. It does look like, though, we do see it engage. Leona does get hit. The ultimate from Leona does get thrown out onto Senna and to Kaiser hitting both of them for a stun, but not before they're able to get away. Caston with the ult the ult jump flash from Caston as well as his ultimate. He's trying to run away as fast as he can. Ramus coming up from the side. Good gank on both parts from that. Lucian and Ramus being at the right place at the right time, able to give another kill to Lucian, putting his already tremendous lead that much further. Looking like Wolfe now is going to push very hard on this top lane now, trying to get some of that side lane pressure out. Looks like they're going to be able to very easily get this turret now. Wolfe County does, though, lose the dragon. They're not going to be able to get that turret just yet, as they needed a little bit more minions. They did sadly lose another Drake here, but they do make up for that with their tremendous amount of kills. They are going to be going for Baron. We do see a Baron engage from Wolfe County. So all of the objectives definitely being down on, but they're going to go for one of the strongest ones right now, being the Baron. We do see they do not have to worry about Warwick or anything like that. They're going to try and get a very uncontested Baron. We do see any interaction from the Greendevils as they're too far, and Wolfe County does secure a completely uncontested Baron, immediately backing afterwards now. All going to be cashing on that really large gold that they got, putting them already now at a 4,000 gold lead, the furthest lead in the gold gap I've seen this entire game. It's been a very close game in that gold, in the gold department for sure. Poppy playing very good for how much of a disadvantage she's been at. She's very low on the farm, but she does make up for it with her amount of kill participation, having 4 assists and a kill, only dying once, and that was to allowing that early game in the laning phase. So she's able to be very conservative in the in her plays there, definitely not putting her at a major disadvantage. Ramus also putting in a lot of work, both the junglers being 0 and 2, but with Ramus having 9 more assists on his part, putting a lot of ganks and a lot of side lane pressure. Very good plays by Ramus there. Between the mid laners, both pretty tame on their kills and deaths, but Rise having a lot of assists, sitting at 8 assists in the mid lane. Lucian just sweeping the team around with sitting at 11 and 0 at 27 minutes, just completely shredding these teams. With a 2-1, with Leon also putting in work to it, sitting at 2-1 and 9. So Wolfe County absolutely killing it on the team play right now. Looking like they're trying to go for this next mid lane turret. Lucian does get hit by the center root. Also going to catch Ramus at the edge of that. Lucian throwing the ultimate out there, going to do a lot of damage to Warwick. And as he tries to go for the turret, he's going to be able to get it at the last auto attack. He does secure the turret. You see now, again, Poppy keeping that side lane pressure off Alawi, not letting her push up any more than she can. Rise looking like he's just going to pop a Casson in here, but not before Warwick does come in with the bite. The ultimate from Warwick onto Rise. He's trying to do what he can, just shredding shredding Warwick completely. 100-0. Double kill from Rise there. Absolutely shredding the 1v2 in the top lane. That damage coming out of nowhere. Him having that Conqueror just absolutely melting them. Conqueror is very strong right now, especially on Rise, and he was able to really easily capitalize on that, just turning a fight that looked like it was pretty much a guaranteed death for him into a very crazy 1v2 in his favor. We do see the ultimate from Alawi. They're not going to be able to capitalize on anything right there. She's not going to get any slams. She just get taunted. She's going to get slam off. A lot of damage still dealt by her even before she died, even though she didn't take anybody out. But as the only person left to defend, Wolfe County is going to try and sweep out the rest of this Nexus. Kaiser ulting in. We see the Senna ult trying to do whatever they can there, but not before the entirety of Wolfe County is able to completely shred and take out the Nexus at 28 minutes. Wolfe County getting another win.
So the Wolves Blue do come across victorious against the Dayton High School Greendevils. And as we take a look here at our post-game stats, we can see the Wolves Blue did come out victorious here. All right. And now we're going to go check out the player of the game. So we are joined here by Mr. Cameron Caskey. Cameron, what are your thoughts on the matchup?
It was actually really fun. It was one of our more difficult. I feel like they played as a team better than any of the other teams that we played. And also, we were just able to get ahead early after they made a couple mistakes, and it snowballed throughout the game.
So describe your role in leadership position on the team, and how are you able to motivate and sort of, organize your players in the match?
So I just have to tell everybody, what we need to do and how, kind of how to go about doing it, and when we need to go for certain objectives or champions, things like that. So.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the upcoming second round matchup?
It'll be a difficult one for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Cameron, and everybody out there watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes for round number 2 between the Wolves Blue and the Greendevils. We'll see you then.